Hey, I am Goddess Cree. I am back with another divine message. So happy Friday, everyone. I hope you're having an awesome day today. I hope you have awesome plans for the weekend. Let's get into it. So the angel number today is angel number 14. Okay. This number has a lot to do with something I thought about today. I thought about mistakes, and I thought about how many times I make mistakes. And I don't know if anyone else is hard on themselves when they make a mistake. How do you deal with making mistakes? For me, I try harder, I try harder, I learn from the experience and I move on. But oftentimes I do find myself being hard on myself about it. Okay. So as I was just thinking of this, Spirit says, I got a message from Spirit. And basically Spirit says it doesn't matter how many mistakes you have made. Okay. What matters is taking responsibility for your life's direction. You make the mistake, you take the responsibility, and you move in a better or the correct direction. Okay. So the number 14 talks about balance. It talks about keeping your emotions and daily life steady. It also talks about deliverance and being supported for your personal evolution and your ultimate independence. So Spirit says it doesn't matter how many mistakes you made. What matters is taking responsibility for your mistakes. So angel number 14, I think, fits well because it says to keep your emotions and daily life steady. So even though you make a mistake, it doesn't mean to be hard on yourself. And I'm learning that. I don't have to be hard on myself. What matters is what you do to correct it. What matters is making sure you continue on the right track of moving forward. Okay? And know that the universe supports your personal evolution and your ultimate independence. Okay? So that's angel number 14. So also today, I've been seeing 222 and 333. They have been hot. Okay? So I've talked about those within the last, 72 hours. And I'm still seeing them. 222 and 333. So let's get in it. We are using the Soul Echo Oracle deck. This is the Akashic number 2 deck here. I just want to get a little info of what the collective should know as we're moving down this path. As we're all going through transitions, we're learning, we're making mistakes, we're learning from our mistakes. We are navigating a new cycle here. Okay. Way too many. All right, so let's see. Wow, that was actually a card that I saw on top when the cards flipped. A choice of calling here is what it says. First step, okay? And release point, okay? And we're going to stop there. We also have, we're going to take this last one that's on the bottom. This is a test of endurance, okay? Wow, we also have breakthrough. We also have breakthrough. So, Spirit says go ahead and pull that. Okay. All right. So, choice of calling. This says you feel torn between two paths, unsure which is true. Your soul is whispering one path will align more deeply with who you are becoming. Trust the quieter voice within. So it looks like someone may be at the crossroads of which path to take. We also have first steps here. It says you are at the beginning of a new journey of action. The first step holds the power to change everything. Take it boldly, even if you feel unsure. Okay? So, yes, some of us are standing in the gateway of a new beginning. And we do need to be bold in our steps and moving forward. It says releasing point. Okay? It says you have reached a point where carrying old emotions is too heavy. Release them with love. They have served their purpose. Breathe freedom into your being. And I think this coincides with mistakes. We've made mistakes. We've chosen the wrong people. We stayed too long, We gave too much. But there was a lesson in that mistake. Okay? So Spirit says release it with love. And it says breathe the freedom in your being because you are free. You're not stuck. You just have to let it go. We also have test of endurance. So this says you feel the weight of the journey pressing on you. This is the final stretch before breakthrough. Wow. Dig deep and finish strong. So some of us are already there. Some of us have already made it to our breakthrough. Okay? But those of us that are on a timeline of finishing up, that said finish strong. Remember, I always talk about walking across that finish line when you're done with a cycle or being drugged across it. There's a difference. Being drugged across it. So we have breakthrough. Okay? This says you have broken through old limits and emerged transformed. Celebrate your strength. You are standing in a new field of possibilities. Okay? So as I said, some of us are standing in the gateway. So remember, we've been seeing 11:11. I've been seeing it, and I don't know about you guys, but 11:11, it as many times as I've seen it, it's proof that there is a gateway open. Okay? These numbers don't repeat for nothing. There is a message behind it. It is a sign and a synchronicity. Okay? For those that are asking for the signs and synchronicities. Okay? Somebody may say, I don't see numbers like that. I think you're a little cuckoo, whatever. But if you are truly asking for signs and synchronicities on what step to go, what next thing to do, am I on the right path? I'm moving towards this. Spirit, I would like to have this within the next 3 years. I'm working towards this goal. They will reach out and they will speak to you and let you know. Okay? So regardless of what other people think, Spirit does communicate in several ways. Okay? So I do have the Eight of Pentacles under pre-shuffle deck here. This is proof of someone working on their skills and building their business, or this is self-employment. This is commitment to your success here. Okay? So someone is definitely moving into their new beginning. Others may be finishing up on a cycle, which is a test of endurance. So before you have that breakthrough, you do have to master your craft. Okay? You do have to work hard. You do have to deal with making mistakes. And when you make the mistake, do not be hard on yourself. And I'm still learning that. Okay? And it does say, angel number 14 says, keep your emotions and your daily life steady. Okay? So today is all about balance, balanced emotions, and support. Okay? All right, so let's see. What does the collective need to know? We have choice of calling. This is talking about choosing from two paths. What is your opinion, Spirit? The Hierophant. The Hierophant. So the Hierophant is all about knowledge. The Hierophant is about your belief system. It is about tradition and learning. Okay? So Spirit wants you to tap into your higher beliefs. Okay? So when it comes to a choice of calling here, this card talks about your soul whispers and one path will align more than one. So if you are choosing between two paths on which way to go when it comes to your dreams, your goals, you're having trouble choosing which one, I'm hearing meditation, prayer, as I just stated a few minutes ago about asking Spirit for signs and synchronicities. Okay? And the Hierophant here is all about the knowledge. Okay? What is the knowledge that you possess when it comes to these two paths? Which one are you more passionate and knowledgeable about? And then meditate and ask Spirit for assistance. Okay? All right, so we have first step. So you're at the beginning. Spirit says take a bold step is what this card says. What else do they need to know about this first step? Let's see. Okay. Clarify. So this first step, this is an ending of this first step is a surrender. I have the Ten of Swords here. So Spirit says your first step is a surrender of releasing the old cycle that you have walked away from. And I asked them to clarify. We have the Nine of Wands here. This is someone that is very close to success. They want you to protect it. And they want you to persist. They want you to keep going. So this first step for you is an ending of an old cycle. Okay? They're saying protect it, believe in yourself, and have the courage to continue. Okay? Awesome. All right, so let's see. Releasing point. Releasing point. So releasing point is letting go of old things. Okay? So this is you stepping out Your first step, this is the releasing point. This is you stepping out. Your actions of your first step is ending anything that was in the past. Okay? So Spirit says, after you release, this is what's next for swords. Get some rest. Okay? They want you to rest. They want you to recover. It talks about meditation. It talks about regrouping. It talks about needing solitude. I just heard you will need to sink it all in. It will need to sink all in. That's the reason for the solitude. That's the reason for the rest. It will need to sink in. Okay? It will need to sink in. All right, so let's see. Test of endurance. You feel the weight of the journey. It was pressing on you. And the final stretch is here. Breakthrough. Oh. I'm going to take this in reverse. This is the devil. This is breaking free. This is reclaiming your power. This is overcoming. This is detachment from the past. I'm taking that in the reverse. Okay? It's flipped in my hands. Okay? So, wow. That is awesome. That is awesome. This is overcoming. So this is your first step. This is releasing. Okay? Okay. Let's see. We got breakthrough. You've broken through. Ooh, Tower. You're releasing old limits. You have emerged, transformed. That was a tower for you. But this was a good tower. Okay? This is a sudden change. But a good tower. Sudden change. Good tower. Okay? They said don't fear this change either. And remember, I heard sink in. You're going to have to get some rest. You're going to have to allow all of this to sink in because this could be emotional for you, okay? Let's see. Breakthrough. Tower for the collective. 9 of Pentacles. I can't make it up. Here. Self-made. You made it, boo. You made it. Self-made energy here with the 9 of Pentacles. Because you chose your calling. Okay, so this is someone, this could either be someone in the process or someone that's already there. This is a sign in a synchronicity. This is letting you know how you're going to reach your 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is someone that's self-made. This is independence. This is success, financial stability, security. This is wealth. This is freedom. So remember angel number 14. Okay, and Spirit says about your mistakes, you're gonna make plenty of mistakes. Do not give up. This is for someone. This was not only for me, but this is for someone else. Someone may need to hear this message. There are going to be many mistakes made. Do not be hard on yourself. Do not give up, okay? You have to accept the calling. And if you have more than one calling, you have to choose which one speaks to your soul. Make the first steps. That first step is a step in closing the old cycle. It's going to be an ending to the old cycle. It will be a death to the old cycle. 10 of Swords is an ending. Okay? Your step forward will be an ending to the old cycle. Spirit says, walk through the door with confidence, with your head held high, regardless of how many mistakes you have made. And then, because they say you're almost there, okay? Protect it with everything in you. After releasing, after taking that step forward, you're going to need some rest, because you got to let all this sink in. You got to let all this new sink in, okay? And Spirit is saying, get your rest with the 4 swords. You have passed the test of endurance, because we have the devil in reverse, which is overcoming, which is breaking free. It is a revelation. So remember, angel number 14 says, this is deliverance. Keep your energy balanced. Keep your emotions and daily life steady. And how you do that? You get your rest, because this is going to have to sink in for you. It may be unbelievable, okay? It says, because you took responsibility of your life's direction, you are self-made. Your blessings are here. You have gained your independence, okay? You have gained your independence. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's see. What else does the collective need to know? I want to use the other deck. What else does the collective need to know? Somebody made it. Okay. Whoa. Mending. Yeah. Mending. You've made it. You've made it. Blessed. You are blessed. So someone's heart is mended. Someone's life has been mended. All because you trust in the signs and synchronicities. You trust and believe in spirit. But not only that, you trust and believed in yourself. Even after all the mistakes that you made. Okay? You kept going. You took responsibility for your life's direction. And Spirit says, truth be told here. That is the truth. What else does the collective need to know? Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay? Yes, many mistakes, but you kept going. You took responsibility. You didn't let people hinder you. You know, look at that. You did the work. You chopped that wood. You did the work. You did the work. Wow. You did the work. Anything else? Okay, Spirit says stop. You did the work. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, I'm not going to hold you that long. Okay. This just fell off from the bottom here. This is 0808. It breaks down to a 16, which breaks down to a 7. Okay. So 7 may be significant. Someone may need to look that up. This says swift action. This says wealth, empathy, commitment, affection, inner strength, promises, positive outcome. It says you are entering a phase of expansion. So take immediate action towards your ultimate goals. Financial improvement is on the horizon. And by the way, someone has their eyes on you. Stay focused, because the universe is aligned in your favor. Okay, so 88 may be significant. Remember, 88 is abundance. Okay, let's have a look at these numbers. I have 99 may be significant. So remember, 99 is a very powerful number. 99 breaks down to 18, and 18 breaks back down to 9. Okay, we also have 10 here. 10 is significant. It's the ending and the beginning. We have the number 16, which also breaks down to a 7. So 77 may be significant here. We also have 5, which is rapid, fast movement. Okay, some of you all may feel like this happened fast. Some of us are getting breakthroughs fast. Okay, so Once again, Spirit says, don't be hard on yourself when it comes to making mistakes. Okay? What really truly matters is taking responsibility for your mistakes. All right, so the signs that are significant, we have Taurus, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra. We have Capricorn, Virgo, and Mars. Mars is Aries energy. Okay. So there's a lot of grounding energy here. I'm getting grounding energy and fire and then air. Actually, fire and air are kind of neck and neck, but there's more earth energy here. So whoever this is, you've grounded your energy, you've balanced your energy, and you're listening and making actions here. So Spirit is saying continue grounding your energy, continue listening to Spirit, listening to the signs and synchronicities, continue walking forward. Because we do have first step here. Someone is standing in the gateway. Spirit says, your first step closes the old cycle. And they want you to keep moving forward by protecting this new beginning. You have mended your heart and started anew. You're blessed. The truth be told here, because you did the work by chopping the wood. This is swift action. You are entering a phase of expansion. Okay, so let's see. Who else does this resonate with? We have Sagittarius. We have Aquarius. Leo. Libra. Aries. Taurus. Virgo, Pisces, Gemini. If this is not one of your signs, this is possibly in your birth chart and one of your placements. So once again, I am Goddess Cree, and this was a divine message. Please click that like, subscribe. Let me know if this resonates with you. I hope you have an awesome evening this Friday. Congratulations, collective. You've made your first steps. You've broke through. I love it. Peace, love, and light to you. Bye.